Let's go.
Pittsburgh Steeler fans, Steeler Nation, those watching on Steel Curtain Network and the KnoItAllz channel, thanks for rocking with us for another episode of Pump Your Brakes. With clear transparency, we're recording this show. It's afternoon today. You'll see this later on this evening. Christmas Eve, nonetheless, still Christmas Eve. Big G was summoned away to work. They can't, whatever work he does, Shannon's raising the roof. So I know he's ready to go party himself. He won't be with us for the whole show. He has some partying to do, but he loves to raise the roof. Let's go ahead and get the party started. Christmas Eve show. Got the triple OG homie in the building, Shannon. Got the Know Everything part of the KnoItAllz. If you work with her, you'll go over to her cubicle, her office, and ask the question. She'll have the answer after in the building. What up, peeps? What's up, Shannon?
We was talking a little bit before the show. This is the first time me and Afton's got to do the podcast together live. This is awesome. It's a pleasure.
It is. I am so happy.
Afton, let's see if he has that same energy when he leaves here.
It's crazy. It's crazy right now. Like I was saying, we're having a surprise 60th wedding anniversary / Christmas Eve party for my aunt and uncle. You know, that's such a special, blessed occasion. And, and I just love the holidays anyway. So that's just another blessing. But we thought the venue was closing at 5. They're closing at 3. So I'm going to have to cut the cut the podcast, my part, a little short, but I definitely wanted to come on and tell everyone, you know, Merry Christmas, and that I just love our community. I'm so thankful. God's really blessed this whole year, and I love you guys. You know, my podcast teammates and community, whatever we want to call us. You know, all of you are more than just podcast colleagues. You're friends and family and brothers and sisters of Christ. And I'm very thankful. And I hope everybody has a wonderful Merry Christmas, making cherished memories, because that's what matters. And I'm just, I don't know, it kind of sounds like my Thanksgiving comments as well, but I'm just truly thankful.
Man, feelings mutual, Shannon. I mean, we've been doing this thing together for about 3-4 years now.
Yeah.
You know, every week, never miss a week. We've had a group text thread going on for all those years, and Shannon and I are less talkative in text than Big G. Big G got action after, you know, in every podcast thread that he's in. So I'll get messages.
I think that me and Big G kind of drive Tate crazy sometimes.
Yeah, well, not you not as much as G, but still, it's all, you know. You got brothers and sisters and family getting your nerves, but still brothers and sisters and family, right?
Exactly. Amen.
Afton, what's up with you, real quick, so we can get Shannon out of here? We talked briefly backstage about what's going on so far with your day. Tell us what you got going on for the weekend, because I believe you said you guys are celebrating on Saturday. And what's your holiday weekend look like?
Well, my niece is coming tomorrow, so we can watch some Stranger Things. And then on Saturday, we're doing our gift exchange, and prime rib and crab.
Oh,
yeah,
I love that.
Definitely sounds like a winter Christmas dinner. I'm here. I'm in Florida right now, down in Tampa, Florida. My wife's family's from here, so we got in yesterday after a day of travel. You know, the flight from DC to Tampa don't take that long, but it takes like 2 hours and 10 minutes on plane. But the whole getting to the airport, checking in, getting to your gate, holiday travel, especially out of DC, because everybody's going all directions from there. You know, this was a lot yesterday. We got in about 6 p.m. last night and went straight, before we even came to where we're at, went to visit some of her family and stuff. Didn't get home till about 11:30 last night after being up since 5 in the morning all day. I did sleep on the plane for an hour. But it's a new day. This is the first thing I've done today is this. So after we get that, Afton and I will be doing Smash the Gas right after this. That'll be right after this show today. And let's just go from there. So guys, we're gonna take our first break real quick. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll be right back. If you listen to audio platform, have to hear a few words from our partners and advertisers. We'll be right back after this on Pump Your Brakes, your Christmas Eve edition. Right back. And we're back on the Pump Your Brakes podcast, Christmas Eve edition. Man, probably by the time you guys seen this is like 4 hours left till Christmas. So we're almost there. We kind of back in the future a little bit. But Pete, Shannon, I'll let you go first because you were talking about this backstage too. We were briefly talking football. We were talking to each other about what our plans are and just stuff. But man, Shannon, I know you got to be happy. You got to be a Christmas gift to you that for the past 3 weeks, the Steelers have been playing well. So
that's what I look for. When any championship team, very seldom do you go in the playoffs that you're not on a roll. Now, sometimes you'll set your starters, and you might have a little rust in the first round. If let's say you get that home field and you don't have to play the first week, that's tough. A lot of teams come out flat. And they come out rusty. And, if you're good enough, you overcome it. You get through and, you overcome it. And then you're clicking on all cylinders. But the Steelers forever have not been on a roll come playoff time. And, Mason Rudolph, that was a memorable year. But it really wasn't they were on a roll. They were just functional because Mason Rudolph was a functional quarterback. That's something they hadn't had. And, they kind of got out of the Matt Canada crap and they got on a roll. But you've seen the holes, you've seen the problems, and you knew when the playoffs come that they were probably one and done. This is the first time I've seen sustainable improvement. Some of it's been because, again, I said it this week on Steelers Hangover. The Fire Tomlin chants were important. Not that they were going to fire Tomlin, but because it made, I think, Art wake up. I think it made Tomlin wake up. I think we've seen the coordinators are trying to implement more modern schematics, and we're seeing the players rally. They don't want to be the first. They didn't want to be the first group to let Tomlin down and not keep that streak going, and realizing what this can mean for TJ and Cam, maybe getting close to their final years. So I think it's been a rallying point. That you want to be on that kind of like the 2005 team. You want to be guys that are going to buy in and just drown out the outside noise. Of course, we got more now with the DK Metcalf suspension. But again, I think they're in a better place. In the past, they couldn't win without TJ. They're showing now that they prepared for the inevitable future. And I'm really encouraged, as we say, by the sustainable improvement. I think they can continue to get better. I think Dylan Cook is a godsend. We got to remember he was my Brett Kiesel Award winner a couple of years ago. And, you see the talent. He transferred to change positions late. And I think that's why he didn't get drafted, because the talent's there. And we're seeing it play out. And he's just doing something that we don't see from Roderick Jones, which is consistent effort. Again, the two things with me is sustainable improvement, and everybody knows Big E is my next favorite thing, which is effort. You can't control results, you can't control circumstance, but you can always control what you do. And you see everybody buying in and doing their part. And that's why it bodes well. This is a one and done year. There's going to be so many changes with all the 1 year and guys on the final years of their contract. but they'll bring back the guys they want to, and other guys are just going to be gone. But this is the beginning of a rebuild. But they wanted to go all, give TJ, Cam, these guys one more shot of having playoff success. And I think we hoped this would happen. I hoped it would happen earlier in the year, but it took a while. But the main thing is it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. And I think they're getting there.
Okay. I like it. And Ed, some got to be looking a little better for Shannon to give props, because Shannon is hard to please.
Yes.
Afton, your thoughts on the current 3-game win streak and the direction, because we're so used to the Steelers trending down. Outside that year Shannon mentioned, I believe was 22 when Mason Rudolph got in and we won those last 3 games. Went up to Seattle. I remember that game. Najee Harris was playing well. Mason Rudolph was playing well. We made the playoffs, but we were on a 3-game losing streak before that. I believe we lost a team we should have lost to. The Patriots at the time, the Cardinals, and the Colts.
Yeah.
But then we came back and won the last 3 to clinch a wild card. Went up to Buffalo. That was they postponed the game that year, that weekend, because of the snow and stuff, which I believe was advanced Buffalo. But Steelers played a decent game. They didn't get smoked like they had previous playoffs before that. And even last year, they got smoked in the playoffs. But I remember that game, Mason Rudolph throwing a costly interception trying to hit Deontay Johnson in the end zone. If it wasn't for that play, I believe like midway, late in the third quarter, it would have been a tighter game than it was. Afton, your thoughts on the current win streak and just the direction did you see them headed? And the additional question to you to start this off, how do they replace DK Metcalf?
Well, I am thrilled with the direction they're heading right now, because even when they started playing bad Sunday, like when the defense wasn't keeping up with, who did we play?
The Lions.
But when our defense,
Detroit.
When our defense started flagging, it was like we didn't have very many of our starters in there. Like we had Joey Porter Jr., who, oh my gosh, he showed up so big.
Mm-hmm.
But we had Chuck Clark. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
He made plays.
He made a couple, but to our point, bringing that up, Chuck Clark, and that to me, that's when the defense fell off. When not that's Clark's fault, he's just not good in coverage. When Echols was in there, they were shutting those guys down. When Echols went down, Ramsey moved up to the slot, and that wasn't the problem. The problem was Chuck Clark not being good in coverage back in the secondary with Duggar. Now you got 2 mostly physical hitters back there and not a cover safety to keep the top on it and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I saw happen in that game. But go ahead and finish your thoughts. I'm sorry.
But I feel so much better about that game now than I did when it ended. And I think it was because of the whole waiting around for the refs to decide whether or not we won.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I still don't quite trust this team, because they'll play really well and get on a roll, and then it's like all of a sudden they forgot how to play football. So going into Cleveland, I'm more confident with Aaron Rodgers than I would be with any other quarterback we could have had this year. Because he has proven time and time again that he can show up in the big games. And he has all those he notices all the little things that those wily old vets notice, like getting a penalty on the other team because they don't get a guy off the field fast enough, or when the other coach could challenge getting up on the ball fast enough. Just those little things can make a huge difference. And now, but it still feels a little bit like one of those games that you should win. I mean, it's the Browns. It's this year's Browns. We should win. But sometimes you go in and that just doesn't happen.
Oh, it's their Super Bowl if they beat Pittsburgh.
Exactly.
Every year, but especially this year because it would hurt the Steelers. So, as you say, the Steelers have got to be ready to this is going to be a war. I think I agree with everything you said. I got to run, but one thing I want to mention before I get out of here, the offensive line. We've been praying and begging for improvement there for years. And I think they got a young nucleus. I think you see Spencer Anderson fill in for Siamalu. He's the future. We're seeing Dylan Cook. He's the future. What are they going to do with Bradley Jones? I don't know yet. But I like what I'm seeing out of that offensive line. And Frazier is the unquestioned leader. And that's what older quarterbacks need. That's what Aaron Rodgers needs. That's what Ben needed and didn't have at the end. You got to have that line in front of you. So I agree with everything you said, Afton. I'm not totally in yet, but I see the potential, and that encourages me at this time of year because it all goes how that offensive line goes. And just a shout-out to Derek Harmon, who should be in consideration for Defensive Rookie of the Year, because when that guy's on the field, it means the difference of 100 yards rushing given up. So, but, well, guys, I got to run. Again, enjoy the rest of the show. I hope y'all have a very, very Merry Christmas. And God bless, and see you soon, and love you guys.
All right,
Merry
Shannon.
Christmas,
Thanks, man.
Shannon.
Enjoy the 60th anniversary of your aunt and uncle, man. That is a blessing. It's been a pleasure working with you all 2025. Looking forward to 2026. And have fun today, man. And like I said, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and the family, man.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay. Peace out, man. Afton, just you and I now, for now. So I agree with everything you said too, like Shannon said, and I wanted to ask him the question I'm going to ask you as well. So you're not sure if you can trust the Steelers, right? We kind of agree on that. I understand everything you're saying. Now I ask you this though: in the AFC, who do you trust? I mean, to me, this is one of those kind of years. Exactly, yeah. So, I mean, yeah. So we don't know what's going to happen. I mean, Bo Nix could turn into Bo Nix, the original Bo Nix. Shannon's out. Another old head in the building. Kirby, you late, man. Why is you late?
No, I had a work issue that I couldn't ignore. I had to take care of.
Okay, that's understandable. It's understandable. But Afton and I were just talking. Well, Shannon just left. Did you see Shannon just leave? Did y'all pass each other on the way in and out the door?
No, I didn't see him.
Okay.
He just left out?
But, yeah, literally, just like 2 minutes ago, didn't he, Afton? I mean,
yeah.
you came on backstage as he just left backstage. Like you came on and he left like immediately, 5 seconds apart. So yeah, he just left.
It wasn't planned.
But worked out. But hey man, so we were just talking about, is there anybody in the AFC playoff picture that you trust? Like I know what I'm gonna get from that team.
To be honest, no, but if any team that is close to that would probably be Buffalo. I think the Bills,
and that's only because of Josh Allen. But go ahead.
Correct. No, you're right. Because of Josh Allen, yeah. So if any team that I would say that I probably would trust, and I had to really put my money on a team, it would probably be Buffalo. But it's only because of Josh Allen.
I can understand that, and I bet all the Vegas odds makers and all the gambling sites probably got Buffalo as the AFC favorite because of Josh Allen. Though. I mean, but even though, do you trust them? They were in somewhat of a game last week against Cleveland. You know, Denver hadn't lost like a home game in like 15 straight home games. They let Jacksonville come in there and beat them. The Patriots did. Drake made the truth, man.
Even though that Cleveland game was close, I still believe you know, a lot of teams still say, hey, I don't know, a 3-12 team, what their record is. You take them kind of lightly. And the one thing about the Browns, they do have a good defense. So, you know, it made it become a game better. You know, it made it be a game.
Right. No, I agree. All right, well, moving forward, let's talk about the elephant in the room. DK Metcalf suspension. He's suspended. I believe it was upheld by the NFL. Like it's going to be 2 games. You guys heard that too?
Yep.
Yes, it got upheld. And then this morning, apparently, after somebody at the league heard DK's side of what happened, now they're investigating the Lions. What do they call it? Fan code of conduct or whatever.
Right.
Because they said that the fan didn't violate it, but now they're double checking.
Right. I mean, I would think if DK was able to hear what the fans said and react, I would think that there's some evidence of something going. I mean, whether it you know adjudicates the fan or it kind of puts the fan in a bad light that he's an instigator in the whole thing. Either one could happen, but I think there'd probably be some stuff coming out. I mean, you got DK heard it, somebody heard it. If they sort through it long enough and they investigate it, they got, you know, TV broadcasts can pick up a lot of stuff. They got those boom mics and stuff like that, where, you know, they pick up sound from, you know, you'd be surprised why players in the games, especially in basketball, see them talk to each other with their mouth covered, you know what I mean? To try and shield the sound and shield reading their lips and stuff like that. But yeah, so we know what's going on thus far as the suspension. But so my question directly is, how do the Steelers operate without DK Metcalf? And really, the second game don't matter if you win the first game, but how do they play the Browns this week without DK Metcalf?
Who does Aaron trust?
Well, yeah,
they're going to put Thielen, and they're going to put MVS, Gainwell, and probably Moose.
Yeah. That's
Washington some, but I don't think he trusts Washington as much as a pass catcher, except in certain situations.
Right. Yeah, I think he named the guys, really. I see an uptick for Thielen. I see an uptick for Gainwell, who already gets a nice workload, but I see an uptick. And for Muth, I think Muth is going to be used. He going to get half the targets that DK usually gets. Because, you know, just another person to try, because you can't replicate or replace what DK means on field as far as the gravity of DK, as far as drawing coverage, as far as being double teamed, as far as the opposing team, the ops, take him out the game plan, trying to take him out the game plan. So you're going to miss that. But I think Arthur Smith is creative enough in his play designs and play calls that you'll see more Gainwell and Jalen Warren on the field together. You'll see more the 13 personnel used not just to run the ball, but used in passing situations to move the sticks and get these long methodical drives that we've seen for the past few weeks. Because you limit the Browns, you hold the Browns at 20 points, it's difficult for the Browns to win. So I think that's got to be part of the game plan. Slow the game down, but be efficient. More tight end receptions and more running back receptions, and you kind of just bleed the game out like that. Kerb, what are your thoughts, man?
I think the game plan, they're going to look at the Buffalo Bills game. Josh Allen threw for like 105 yards. Run the ball. Run the ball. That's what they're going to do. So nobody's really going to get that many passes. The Steelers should run the ball 40 times in this game. Just run the ball.
But I will say I agree with you, but I will ask you this: if that's don't you think that's the game plan the Browns are counting on?
But they can't stop it. They're counting on it. I'm quite sure they were. I'm quite sure they was counting on that, against Buffalo, but they can't stop it. So run the ball.
Afton, is it just me, or has Kirby going Darth Vader mode again?
What?
I mean, I'm asking if she hears it, or is it me? I don't know. But you kind of breaking up. You got your Darth Vader thing going on with your audio visual.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me.
Maybe
Maybe my headphones are tripping. I'm taking my headphones out.
We had the best offensive line in the league last week. If that offensive line shows up against the Browns, I think our run game can be strong.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't disagree. I mean, and what Kirby said, if that's your strength, and you saw it done last week, just smash mouth, right? Run the ball at him. I also think because of DK being gone, a product of that also will be you'll see more usage, not a lot, but more than he's gotten from Caleb. What's his name?
Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Johnson.
Caleb Johnson.
Caleb Johnson.
I think you'll see him implemented more because I think they can put Gainwell in the slot too. Gainwell will be a chess piece that moves around. And I saw the comparison in Arthur Smith's system. Gainwell is what we had him for a couple of years. Wasn't really as old. The guy that came with Arthur Smith, what's his name? Atlanta. Cordero Patterson. Gainwell's the Cordero Patterson of this Arthur Smith offense. Utility knife, can run the ball, receive the ball, play him in the Cordero Patterson plays special teams, was a great kick returner, but he just was kind of washed when he got to Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
But so I think that's what Gainwell's role and responsibility is. But so yeah, I mean, so those are ways to kind of limit. Try and make up for the production of the lack of not having DeKaylin Zecharius Metcalf. That's what the fans said. He just called him by his government name. I can't imagine somebody getting that because it's your government name, right? You hear it your whole life, so you don't get mad because somebody called you by your government name.
I saw a report that he told a radio announcer when he got to Pittsburgh that he prefers whatever his real name is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hard to pronounce, so just call me DK, is what he told the announcer.
Okay.
The more I look at that and just look at some of because they're getting different angles now and all that type stuff, man, that's just a weird situation. Do you know how far away
that's
from
a
the
no
bench
Diddy,
he was?
Kerb. Just want to tell you, that's a no Diddy. Getting different angles. Go ahead.
What did I say?
Okay.
But
it
was just weird because he was far away from the bench, like he was lingering around. Yeah. I don't know. That was just a weird.
What were you doing there in the first place,
situation.
Man?
Yeah,
like he was way from the bench.
He needed to be involved in what was going on the field, not what was going on around and behind him. That's irrelevant. That's for after the game.
He was far from the bench and behind the bench because he was almost over there by the medical tent. That was just weird. I don't know.
No, I certainly agree with what Afton said.
That's the fact, Jack.
So that's the facts.
That's the fact, Jack.
All right, as we get ready to wrap this up, guys, so let's have a Christmas wish list for the Pittsburgh Steelers as we go into this holiday season. And we'll go around Afton. We'll let you go first. And Kerb, we can't copy anything after. If you don't agree with it, you got to pick something different. Everybody can't have the same toys on Christmas, right? So, Afton, one thing on the Steelers Christmas gift list going into this weekend that you would want them to have. If you could buy them that gift, what would you give them?
I would make them the best O-line in the NFL for the second week in a row.
Oh, nice. I wasn't going that direction. You ain't steal my gift. but a good one nonetheless. Kerb.
My gift is do not let Myles Garrett break this record against Pittsburgh Steelers. That's my gift. I don't want to see it.
Okay.
So my gift kind of ties into Afton's gift a little bit. The O-line, be on your game.
Right. No, I don't suspect there's any reason to think they won't, because they've grown and built routine, rapport, some consistency down the stretch, which is what you always expect from offensive line unit, right? I mean, they got to play together for a while to start to develop that camaraderie and rapport and consistency, and they're starting to do that. I mean, they're high-value draft assets in that room, so outside of Dylan Cook. So, yeah, they should be getting good, and I think they are getting good. My gifts right now, as of today, I mean, the playoff berth is obvious, right? I would obviously one of the things. I mean, I want them to go ahead and beat the Browns. I want them, even if the Ravens win Saturday, handle your business, Pittsburgh. Like, don't think about sitting nobody Saturday. If the Ravens win or lose, just play your game, win, get a tune-up in. You can rest people next week. And I think the fact that it would be a home game, you're situated, in the way the AFC is, you're situated to kind of make a run. And a run for a division team, not a wild card team. We're playing a wild card weekend, but not having the bye, you got to win that game at home and then see what happens. I mean, get that first win, shake that monkey off your back, no Diddy, and go ahead and let's see what happens. So I just want them to go ahead and handle their business against the Browns this week. I want to give y'all the gift of handling business. So let's do that and see where the chips fall from there. But yeah, so guys, any last messages or well wishes to our fans and listeners and people that tap in with us on the Steel Curtain Network, on the KnoItAllz channel? Anything you guys want to say? And we'll talk to the people again, because we're going to do Smash the Gas too. So, but to our Steel Curtain Network listeners and stuff like that, pump your brakes. What do you guys want to say to everybody, if anything?
Well,
I would like to say,
oh,
go ahead, Kirby.
No, I just wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Enjoy your family, enjoy this time off, and just, for the Steeler fans, sit back and enjoy some football and watch the game on Sunday. And just like I say, just enjoy yourself. I mean, I know some people don't celebrate Christmas, but whatever you celebrate, enjoy yourself and have a good time.
Prophetic Kerb, Afton.
I just want to tell everybody Merry Christmas, and remember, it's the season of hope. So I have some cautious optimism going into this game. Regardless of whether or not the Ravens win, I want the Steelers to win, and I want it to be convincing. So here's hoping.
There you go. And I'm going to be the Christmas Grinch. Because you need the opposite kind of perspective. And I'm saying this. You checked out Tate's Take this week. I'm saying this all in Steeler brotherhood, Steeler sisterhood, Steeler loves to Steeler Nation. I told you guys so. This is how it's going to play out all year. Yins to relax, even when it's fire Tomlin. And not that they've done anything, but they're trending in the right direction. And Yins give so much grief when it look bad. And then you can't be happy when it's starting to look up. Let's just keep the positive spirit, positive Christmas energy, the spirit of Christ, the spirit of whoever you worship, and just celebrate and be happy this season. Be happy because I anticipate a win against the Browns. I anticipate a playoff berth and good things to happen to Steeler fans early in 2026. So let's just enjoy that and go from there. So thanks for tapping in on the Pump Your Brakes podcast. Minus Big G. Shannon showed up. Shannon's out, but we got the dedicated peeps, Afton and Kerb in the building. Okay, Kerb go under the bus too. He was late. but he had work to do. So I'm not holding that against you, Kerb. What's the weather? What's the weather like where y'all at?
Oh, it's good here. It's about 37.
Okay.
It's like 60.
Okay. I mean, yeah,
all the kids who wanted a white Christmas here are just going to be out of luck.
Yeah, nobody expects a white Christmas here. I'm 77 right now at 12:40 p.m. 77, Kerb.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Hey, I wouldn't know how that.
But, yeah, thanks, everybody, for tapping in. Appreciate you. For the Pump Your Brakes crew, for the KnoItAllz, for the Black Gold Standard. Everybody, Merry Christmas. We'll see you again somewhere sometime before New Year's. But if you miss us, because we're not going to miss you, Happy New Year to you all the same. And we'll see you next time. And we out. Peace.
Peace.
Let's go.
Mamba out.
Y'all come back now. Here